All right, so MPC and the SP. We're going to see how these two can interact with each other and see what we can take out from this couple right here. Now, both of them are samplers and both of them can make beats on their own. But if you happen to own these two like I do, how can you put them together and what can you take out of these two together? So let's have a look at that. So the first thing that comes into mind straight away is to use the MPC as a sequencer and take advantage of the effects from the SP. Obviously, the effects that come here inside the SP is the thing that really makes the machine shine. So I have a beat running here on the MPC. I have my outputs going into the ends of the SP, and then the outputs are going into my audio interface, which are connected to my MPC Touch. And I'm resampling everything through the SP, so taking advantage of the effects built into the SP. Right, so I have a beat going, I have my external source turned on, and I can just straight away start using the effects from the SP. So I can start resampling the entire beat or just sections of the beat or just the snare or the kick or the sample. In this case, I'm going to sample the entire beat. And I'm going to use the filter drive here to create just a loop of the beat. So I can go straight into the sampler and I have my inputs from my audio interface coming into the MPC Touch. Make sure you don't use monitor because you can get some feedback going, so be careful with that. I'm not using the monitor, but I can clearly hear the effects that are coming into my audio interface. So I'm going to press play and I'm going to record the filter drive. One of the ways that you can sample the loop perfectly is just by using threshold. So I'm just going to increase my threshold by a little bit. I'm going to go into the sequence. I'm going to turn the loop off, so when the sequence reaches the end, it stops. Menu, sample, and it's waiting for the signal, and let's go. I can stop that, and I'm going to put it into my drum program right here, just for now, keep. So if I go here, make sure you turn off the effect on the SP. Beautiful filters, they sound really good. So yeah, that's one of the ways of using the SP. You know, you can even just resample just the kick or the snare. You don't need to be playing the entire loop. Just resample one of the snares if you want. You can do it that way. Just if you have this thing on the side, it's always a great way. Obviously, you can record your loops into the SP this way. If you want to take the SP out for a live performance, you can sample straight away. I have some available pads right here, and you can start recording straight away. Now there's a way of actually using the, if you turn this into 1 right there, you'll have the same effect as the threshold, so it will only start recording when that beat comes in, and that way, you know, you'll have a really trimmed start point of the sample of the loop in this case. So let's record something into the 12 right now. It's saying ready. It's waiting for the signal. So obviously you can record your loops from the MPC into the SP and have them ready. You can divide it into tracks as well. I can just record the drums to this one and the sample to this one. That way you have some more flexibility. But yeah, sample into the MPC, sample into the SP, both are samplers. Okay, so obviously one of the things that we have also available to play with these two is the MIDI in from the SP. So I have the MPC connected from the out to the in, obviously. And if you go to a MIDI track on the MPC, you can then start triggering the samples from the SP. So by having the MIDI on, I can trigger the samples inside the SP. And I can record a beat that way. So let me jump here to another sequence which is available. Let me just make this 2 bars. You can make use of the velocity sensitive pads because the SP doesn't have that. When you record something into the SP via MIDI, it will receive that velocity information and that will be recorded into the SP. If you're working on a pattern inside the SP, you can play the pattern. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can use the MPC to record into the patterns of the SP because of the sensitivity of the pads, and you can record that MIDI information into the SP. So if you want to record a pattern, and then the information of that sample is recorded into it. So right now I have my iPad connected to the SP and I'm going to sample through the SP into the MPC. One of the cool things that I can use the isolator here to get rid of some of the frequencies of the samples that I'm sampling from. Now you can do this as well inside the MPC. You also have your EQs that you can EQ out any frequencies, but you have so many effects here that you can just plug in a guitar into the mic input, or plug in an instrument and use all the effects that come with the SP. Now I'm going to sample something. I'm going to be using the isolator to isolate some of the frequencies that I don't like. So you can take those hi-hats away if you want. And I'm going to go into the sampler of the MPC, and obviously I can start recording straight away. If I want just the bass, so you can see the potential for that if you want to use the isolator here to isolate the frequencies. So if you want to take this one on the road, you can sample your patterns from the MPC into the SP, and you can just take this and play it live if you want. And you can use the effects to help your production inside the MPC as well. So basically that's it. Unfortunately, MIDI doesn't have a lot going on for the SP. Mostly I will use the SP as an effects processor, which is really good. It gives you that lo-fi quality that everyone loves, and it does sound really good in my opinion. So that's how I'll be using these two together, just sampling everything through the SP into the MPC. I prefer to use the sequencer from the MPC. I don't really like the sequencer inside this one. You can also use that method from the resample function here. The way people create beats on the SP by using the resample function. You can also do that inside the MPC if you want. But really where I see the selling point of this video is to use the effects here from the SP to process your sounds, process your audio for the MPC to get that lo-fi quality. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have questions, go ahead and post them in the comment section below. I would love to hear how you guys use these two together. And if you have any ideas on how I can use these two, I would love to hear that as well. So thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.